Hello and welcome to Tech Deals, game performance review time, Overwatch. We are playing Overwatch today on the $350 Acer Aspire E15 15.6-inch laptop computer. I've previously reviewed this computer and a link to that will be in the video description below, along with a full suite of reviews on this computer: first boot and setup, Windows performance review, RAM upgrade, and game performance videos. This computer contains the brand new 7th generation processor from Intel, the i3-7100u. This is codenamed Kaby Lake. 2 cores, 4 threads, 2.4 gigahertz for a $350 laptop. This is a great CPU. Now the machine comes standard with 4 gigabytes of system RAM, but I have upgraded it, shown in one of the videos below, to 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's not very expensive, about $40–45, but it lets you multitask and run more programs. It's a nice upgrade. We have the Intel HD 620 graphics, the latest and greatest integrated notebook graphics from Intel. It's not very powerful for game playing, but it will play games, as you'll see here and in other videos. And then finally, we are running at 1080p full HD resolution, low detail pre-select is selected, and our render scale is set to 33%. So we are running at full HD, but the game is internally rendering at 33% of that. So as you can see from the graphical quality on the screen, we are more or less running at standard def. Unfortunately, the graphics chip in this computer is simply not powerful enough to run this game at HD resolution. Fraps was used for the minimum, maximum, and average game performance numbers that you will see at the end of this video. It was not used to capture the video that you're watching. Instead, an HD 60 Pro external hardware capture card was used. The laptop computer does not even know it was being recorded, so there is 0 performance penalty for having the game actually recorded. The only thing running is MSI Afterburner in the upper left hand corner, and then Fraps to keep track of the frame rate, but neither of those have very much of a performance penalty. Now those numbers in green at the upper left hand corner is from MSI Afterburner, which gives us a real-time view as to what the game is doing, what parts of the computer it's using, and what might be the limitation to further performance. As you look in the corner, you'll notice that our GPU and our CPU are both basically maxed out. They are running as fast as they can. We simply don't have the system resources to play this game any faster. It is, after all, a $350 laptop computer, a full Windows computer for $350, so some compromises have to be made. That being said, while our frame rate is not a smooth 60 frames per second, and while the graphics detail is turned way down, I would like to make a point. This is in fact completely playable. I had no trouble playing this game. Is it the prettiest? No. Is it rock steady smooth at 60 frames per second? No. Did I have any issue killing a lot of bad guys and using my character and running around? No, not at all. It was easy to play. So, I will give credit to the fact that even on this very low-end computer, Overwatch is completely playable. Now let me be completely clear. If you can afford more computer and you want to play games such as Overwatch or more advanced games such as Grand Theft Auto 5, Battlefield 1, etc., you really should buy more computer. This is scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to game performance. However, it's worth noting that this laptop will run basic Windows programs just as well as a laptop 3 times the price. When it comes to browsing the web, assuming we're talking about a few web pages and not 20, when it comes to watching videos, listening to music, typing some Word documents, looking at a spreadsheet, this computer works just as well as a $500 or $750 computer would. It's really good value for the money, so long as you respect its limitations, which is it's not really meant to be a gaming machine. Can you? Yes. And if you don't have the money for anything else, which I understand not everybody does, or perhaps you're just looking for a budget option for a second computer that maybe you're not going to use all the time, yes, Overwatch is completely, totally playable. Now this is round 1. I am going to go ahead and show you the rest of it, but here's the short version. No, we don't average 60 frames a second, but it is more than 30. I will show you the numbers at the end of the video. It's completely controllable, it's smooth, it's responsive to input. I didn't have any problem playing. If you are looking to get better performance than this, how much do you have to spend? Not as much as you might think. I have done a review of a slightly upgraded version of this exact same laptop, the Acer Aspire E15. It is exactly the same in all respects, except for two changes. For about $150 more, it has an Intel i5 CPU, still a dual core. However, it does turbo a little faster, and it does have an NVIDIA GeForce GT 940MX entry-level gaming graphics card. That graphics card is by no means high-end in any respect. However, I have tested Overwatch on that laptop, and it plays much, much better than this does. So if you're interested in playing with higher graphical detail settings and closer to 60 frames per second average frame rate, spend about $150 more, buy the i5 version of the Acer Aspire with the GeForce GT 940MX, and you will get much, much better performance. Now, if by chance you've watched this far into this gameplay video and you have never played Overwatch, in the video description below will be linked to Amazon, Kingwin, and G2A, which are key reseller sites, and you can pick up a copy discounted from any of those, including Amazon, to Overwatch to play. There's no subscription. Once you buy the game, you can play it online as much as you want. Essentially, it's a first-person shooter online player versus player game. It's a lot of fun. I have quite gotten into it lately. When I first started playing it, I figured this would be the sort of game that I would just test. I would play a few games, I would do some performance videos, and not care very much about. There are some games like that. Of all the games I test, and so far I've tested about 40 or so games on my channel, maybe only 5 or 10 of them I've actually played beyond those tests, because who plays 40 games? Really, you just don't. But this is quite fun. This character I'm playing here, Diva, is honestly my favorite. I've played some of the others, but this is a tanky character, and it's sort of a range tank. Now, several people have commented that her automatic plasma cannons are not very ranged since they have a wide dispersion. That's true, but they still do some damage at range. It's harassing fire more than it's anything else. But I've gotten kills from range. In fact, in this very battle here, there have been a couple of people I have done the killing blow or done some damage to from well across the map, looking at those doorways over there. If nothing else, it causes the enemy to have to pay attention. They see incoming damage, they get damage indicators, and a lot of players don't realize that it's ineffective fire. Am I going to take somebody from full health to nothing at range? Absolutely not. This is a tank after all, not a DPS. But it's harassing fire. It makes them go, ooh, somebody's shooting at me. Maybe I should go pay attention to them. And so they turn and they start blasting away at me. I put my shield up, and while they're busy trying to kill me, often ineffectively, they took long enough there to kill me. Geez, I wasn't in my mech. I'm running around, which I'm very, very fragile when I'm not in my mech. And it took them long enough to there. Come on, get it done. Kill me. Nope, still, there we go. 5-player kill streak. While they're busy shooting at me, which is the role of a tank, the DPS comes around their flank and turns them into goo. So that's alright. It's all about teamwork. The way you win this game is your team works together. This is not a game where a few people just being really good solo usually will make the difference. Sometimes, but usually, look at them. They're all in there together. Man, if I had my ultimate right now, I would get play of the game because I could zoom my mech in there, set it to self-destruct, and boom, they would all die. Oh, now I'm going to die. And I'm stuck, and I can't move, and I'm Boo, I died. You know what? You'll die a lot. If dying a lot upsets you, then frankly, online player versus player games are probably not for you. That being said, take a look at this. We are 99% towards this capture, and the enemy team is at 55%. In fact, if memory serves, we had 99% before the enemy had very much at all, and then we foolishly let them take it away from us, but we're about to get it back, and we're in overtime, but so long as we can kick them out, we will win. And here we are, almost, and self-destruct, and boom, there we go. Nice. We won. So now it is 1-1. We lost the first match, and we won the second. And here we are in the tiebreaker. Whoever wins this one wins everything. Round start, activating objective. So there's 30 seconds before it activates. That boost you just saw there is one of the special abilities using the shift key. Each character has different abilities. Some zip forward, some stealth. It's just different. Now, we got to the control point before they did, and frankly, we never let it go. Sometimes whoever gets there first is very hard to push out. That's not always the case, but look at this. We're just taking them down one at a time, and from this point forward, they never really concentrate there. That's funny, he got pulled right into the center. Although I shouldn't laugh, because wait for it, there's going to be something funny here. Now, he's smart. He's jetting up above there trying to shoot us, but there's just too many of us shooting at them, and they're not coming forward as a team. Teamwork. It's all about teamwork. The other thing is none of them ever showed up with Reinhardt with the shield. If they had stood behind the shield coming around that corner to allow them all free fire, they could have pushed forward and taken the objective. That's what I would have done anyway. Look at me, I'm talking about it like I'm an expert. I'm really not. I've played this a modest amount, but I am by no means an expert. But you play it long enough, you watch other people play, and soon you'll figure out strategies and tactics, even to classes that you yourself don't personally play. I've never played Reinhardt, but watching enough people play him, it's not hard to figure out, how to use the character. It's just all about pet. Look at this. I'm not even in my mech, and they're letting me blast away, and they're not effectively hitting me. That's a mistake, because mecha activated. Okay, I don't have Diva's voice. What can I say? There is a video actually on YouTube of the voice actors for Overwatch getting together, and they are reading lines from the game, but in person, so you can see what they look, what the voiceover actor. Look at that! I pressed shift to jet forward, and I accidentally pressed it again, and I fell to my death. That's actually pretty funny. Anyway, if you search Overwatch voice actors in YouTube, you should be able to find the video. And, of course, the girl who does Diva's voice looks pretty much like you would expect. Some of them don't. Some of them at all do not remotely look like I would have expected. But I looked at Diva's voice actress, and I'm like, yeah, oh, there you go. But not that that matters. It's a lot of fun. It's, I love never having to reload these guns. Now, when you're out of your mech, you have to reload, but that's pretty good. Look at this. I mean, I killed myself by falling into the pit in the center. Have they killed me yet? No. Slack on them. Never let me just... Oh, and look at this. She's using her ultimate right now and stands there and lets me blast away. Multiple kills, lots of damage, and we're in overtime. Will we get it? 99%. They've gotten it 0%. Mecha activated, and victory! Woohoo! Let's go take a look at the results, shall we? An average of 42 frames per second, a minimum of 18, and a maximum of 60. That is good enough performance. Playable, if not pretty. Let me tell you something. If you don't care about the appearance of graphics and you just want a cheap computer that will play Overwatch, it will. That was completely playable. It's not what I would call very pretty. It's not 60 frames per second smooth, but we won. I got a lot of kills, and granted, we were probably not playing against the best team in the world. I highly recommend, if you have the money, buy more laptop. The Acer Aspire E15 with the 940MX, I will link to it in the video description below, is the much better machine to buy. For about $500, that's a better gaming machine. This will do it. That's a better choice. Like this video if you like it. Don't if you don't. Remember to subscribe to my channel with the big huge red button down below. Questions and comments in the comment section. And as always, check out the video description for more details, links to the full playlist, links to Amazon.com where I bought this laptop, and you should too if you're looking for a $350 or less laptop computer with great general purpose performance and average gameplay performance. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next time.